All right, so as a radio technician, you're an expert at hunting down interference. That's what you do. But, your job doesn't just stop once you found the source. There's this whole other side to it, the legal and regulatory world. So think of this as your official playbook for navigating the rules of the RF spectrum, making sure your work isn't just technically sound, but completely 100% compliant.
And for those of you who've been following along, welcome back. This is part 13 of our big 15-part series for all you RF professionals out there. Today we're shifting gears a little bit, moving from the purely technical stuff into the equally critical world of regulations that, govern everything we do. And as always, this entire explainer is grounded in that comprehensive guide from Virtualization Options LLC. They're a technology research and advisory organization, and they put together this absolutely key resource for technicians in the field.
So, here's our game plan. We've broken this down into 4 key sections. First up, we're going to map out the whole regulatory landscape. Then we'll get into the action plan for reporting harmful interference when you hit a wall. After that, we'll talk about how to work with the authorities, not against them. And to wrap it all up, we'll touch on the industry standards that really give you that professional edge.
Okay, let's dive right into the rules of the game. Now, it's so important to see these regulations not as a burden, but as the fundamental framework that keeps the entire radio spectrum usable for everyone.
The foundational document here, the one you've got to know, is Title 47 of the Code of Federal Regulations. Just think of this as the master rulebook. It's where the FCC codifies, everything. We're talking frequency allocations, technical standards, all the rules that radio services have to follow. It's all in there.
Now, inside that massive rulebook, there's one section that is incredibly important for RFI investigations, Part 15. This part is all about unlicensed devices, which, as you know, are the source of most of the interference we're tracking down every day. And it sets some very, very strict limits on how much RF energy a device is allowed to pump out.
The FCC makes a really critical distinction between 2 types of devices. On one side, you have your intentional radiators. These are the things designed to transmit, like a two-way radio. But on the other side, you've got unintentional radiators, things like VFDs or LED lights that just generate RF noise as a side effect. And let me tell you, the rules and the emission limits for these two are worlds apart.
So, why does all this matter? Well, this number right here, it kind of says it all. $10,000. That's the typical base fine the FCC can hit you with for marketing equipment that doesn't follow the rules. This isn't just about keeping the airwaves clean, we're talking about serious financial consequences. And that's what makes your role in snipping out this non-compliant gear so incredibly valuable.
Okay, so what happens when you've done everything right? You've identified the source, you tried to fix it, but the problem just keeps going. Well, you need an action plan for when it's time to escalate the issue.
This is a question every single technician faces sooner or later. You've done your due diligence, your technical work is solid as a rock, but the source of the RFI is just outside your control. So what's the official, by-the-book procedure for getting some regulatory backup?
The answer is a nice, clear 4-step process. First, and I really can't stress this enough, you have to document everything. Your technical data is the foundation of the whole case. Second, you file a formal complaint using the FCC's online system. Third, if your claim is well documented, and that's the key, the Enforcement Bureau will launch an investigation. And finally, they'll take enforcement action. That could be anything from a simple warning to, those hefty fines we just talked about.
This brings us to a really critical skill, working with the authorities. The goal here is to stop seeing regulators as some kind of obstacle and start seeing them as a powerful ally in your mission to get these interference problems solved for good.
So how do you make the FCC an effective ally? It really boils down to 3 things. First, give them that detailed professional technical documentation we keep mentioning. It's the single most important thing you can do. Second, always maintain a cooperative professional attitude. And finally, you got to be patient. Their legal process, it has its own timeline. And it's worth pointing out, this isn't just a national issue. For any of you working near an international border, you've got the International Telecommunication Union, or the ITU, playing a key role. They're the ones who coordinate spectrum use on a global scale to stop interference from spilling across borders. It just adds another layer to this whole regulatory landscape.
All right, finally, let's talk about what separates a good technician from a truly great one. It's about going beyond just following the government's rules. It's about mastering the professional standards that guide our entire industry.
You see, regulations tell you the what, the bare minimum requirements. But these standards organizations, they provide the how.
We're talking about groups like the IEEE, the IEC, and ANSI. These are the organizations that establish the best practices, the ones that truly define professional-grade work.
And this quote just nails it. Knowing and being able to cite these standards in your reports does two things. One, it adds immense credibility to your findings. And two, it gives your recommendations the weight of a truly authoritative technical reference. It basically shows everyone you've really done your homework.
So we've covered the rules, the reporting process, and the professional standards. This isn't just about extra paperwork. This is a core part of the job. This is the playbook that ensures your technical skills lead to real, lasting solutions. So the question to take with you is this: how are you going to integrate all of this into your process to achieve excellence on all fronts in your next RFI hunt?